Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is VirtualNunchucks. Welcome to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. If you're new around here, my name again is VirtualNunchucks. What we do is we talk about games on this channel, whether it's news updates, opinion pieces about the gaming industry, gameplay, reviews of the latest and greatest games coming out. That's what we do. And hey, we also talk about disabled gamers and disabled gamer stuff from time to time as well, because I'm a disabled gamer. I have cerebral palsy. But that's what we do. If gaming interests you, please consider subscribing. Hit that notification bell so you're notified whenever content hits the channel. And please remember to leave a like on the video, as well as leave me a comment down below. I will always talk to you as long as you are respectful, and as long as you remember that I will be respectful in turn. I'll talk to you. That's the way it works. Hope you guys have a great day. Today what we're going to talk about is 5 things that I really kind of miss about gaming. I play games all the time. I've been playing games for, I'm fixing to date myself. But I've been playing games since the Atari 2600, and there are a few things that gaming has given us that are totally awesome, but there's a few things that they've taken away that I kind of sort of miss, okay? We're going to talk about those 5 things. Number 5 on my list, I'm gonna do it in reverse order, because, we'll save the best for last. Okay. Number 5 on my list, I really, really miss original IPs. Now you might say, wait, Virtual, hold on. We have a ton of new IPs. We got Horizon Zero Dawn. We got Shadow, whatever that is, stupid thing. Killzone way back in the day. Well, that's the thing. We got Horizon Zero Dawn this year. God of War is a remake, really. Spider-Man's been around for a long time. Spider-Man games have been around for a long time. We don't really have any real IPs that are new. Greedfall came out here recently. That's pretty cool. A few things, okay? But if you look at it, what we mostly have are games that have been around for 10, 15 years, and we just keep getting iterations of the same game over and over and over and over. Call of Duty is an annual franchise. Assassin's Creed is now a biannual franchise, but it was an annual franchise for a long time. Far Cry, okay? Watch Dogs is not an annual franchise, but we're getting sequels to Watch Dogs now, Watch Dogs Legions, although I am looking forward to that one. That's an existing franchise. Not very many people are taking chances on new IPs. Now, like I said, there are a few exceptions to that. We have Horizon Zero Dawn, we have Greedfall, we have Mankind Odyssey from, I don't know, I think it was Ubisoft, or at least it was somebody related, had worked for Ubisoft, had seen about that game. One of the former creators and directors of Assassin's Creed had their hands in that game. But, I mean, and we have had things, and since the VR came out, we've had things like Moss and stuff like that. So that's, and Blood and Truth. So don't get me wrong, there are original IPs, but for the most part, if you think about it, like I said, we have Call of Duty every year, we have Far Cry every other year or whatever. Every couple of years we have, Ghost Recon or Siege, and they run for years, and Assassin's Creed, and they run for years, and I love these games, okay? Don't get me wrong, I am a big Assassin's Creed fan. I've played every single solitary game that came out, with the exception of one, and that was Unity, because it was so broken. I love Call of Duty. Y'all know that, because every time there's an update about Call of Duty or a news story about Call of Duty, I put it up on the channel. I love Call of Duty, always have. It's a casual shooter. I enjoy it just for the simple fact to challenge myself. I enjoy Call of Duty. I don't play every single entry, but I still like it. Okay, but I really miss going to a store like GameStop or wherever you got your games from, and really seeing something and going, wow, I've never seen that before. This might be cool. I can remember when Splinter Cell came out the first time, the very first Splinter Cell ever came out, and I walked by it 3 times thinking, I don't know if I want to touch that or not, because tactical games sometimes are harder. They get it's blah. But then it was Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, and I knew Tom Clancy from the books, and I went, his books are good. Maybe his video games are good too, right? So I picked it up, and I remember playing, when Crash came out the first time on the PlayStation. Crash Bandicoot was awesome. Ratchet and Clank, totally awesome. But now we have so many iterations that I'm getting tired of seeing those. And because of that, I get burnt out. And I don't want to do content for you guys simply because it's the same games over and over again. And I'm not saying I'm not going to do content. Please don't understand. It makes me hurt. When I go to do a review of a game, I want to be excited about a game. I want to be engaged in that game. And I want to, if you're going to give me a sequel, it better be worth it. And sometimes they are. Red Dead Redemption 2 is worth it. But sometimes it's just, why are we doing this? I mean, that's just me. Okay. Number 4 on my list. And if I'm wrong, you guys can tell me in the comments. Just remember to be respectful, and I'll be respectful back, and we can have a conversation, and even a disagreement if you want to disagree. Just remember to be disrespectful, or to be respectful. Number 4 on my list of things I miss. I miss split screen, sitting on your couch, trash talking with a dude, with your cousins, with your brothers, with your next door neighbors, whoever it is that you invited over your house. You guys have a 4-player split screen on your screen. You guys are going at it in Call of Duty, or you're going at it in Halo, or you're going at it whatever game, a racing game or something. Like Need for Speed used to do split screen racing, and you could race one another in your souped up cars from the game. Most Wanted was the first one that I know of that did it. Well, that's not true, actually. All Need for Speed games up to that point had it. I mean, you could drive a car or whatever and race one another, and that was so much fun, and I miss that. You can't even do that now. I mean, you can, but it's double. The most you can get now is maybe 2 people at one time on a split screen, and then sometimes they add the feature at the start of the game, the launch of the game, and then they remove it later because whatever reason, and then you can't play it together anymore. One of our most fun things here at my house, the only reason we break out the PS3 anymore is because Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare had 4-player split screen, and my wife, my son, myself would grab the controllers and we'd try to wipe each other out. That was our thing. That was that's what we would do on the weekends together, is play games like that. Now we play things like Worms because at least we can have more than one team on the screen at the same time and things like that. But it's going away. It's a dying thing, and I miss that. So there's number 4. Number 3, I really, 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 really want back. Gosh, I forgot what number 3 was. Let's see. Let me run down the list here. Okay, I remember what it was. I really, really don't like the ability to patch a game once it's released. Now, don't get me wrong. If it's completely buggy, okay, and it's completely broken, like in the case of Unity was, you want to patch it, you want to fix it so I can play it, fine. Wonderful, great. What I'm talking about is when you release a game, okay, like for example, Modern Warfare 4, or Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, whatever they used to call it back in the day. We all knew when the game launched, and you got to play it long enough time, we all knew that the M16 in that game was broken. Okay? It's broken. It was the most OP gun in the world. And then if you put an ACOG scope on the M40A3, then you could toe shot somebody and they die. Okay? We knew that. What I would love to see anymore, or would love to see, aside from bug fixes, like when I say bug fixes, like let's just say I fall through the map, or somebody's using the map to cheat, like they were doing when what was it? When Modern Warfare launched, and we had what's that stupid mode? I play it from time to time. The mode where you're running around capturing all the flags. It's not Warzone. Warzone's a new thing. Whatever. That mode, okay? And forgive me, it's one of those days where I can't remember anything to save my life. But that mode, you know what mode I'm talking about? It's not Warzone, it's a Ground War. Ground War, that's it. Ground War. I mean, fix that. Yeah, fix that. take out the bugs, take out the fact that I can hide under certain spots of the map and just blow people away. If I'm falling through the map, fix that. If there's graphical errors like people's tired eyes in Mass Effect Andromeda, please, for the love of God, fix that. Things like that, or those bugs that were in Unity, fix those. But the game mechanics themselves, whether it's OP guns or OP weapons or whatever, let us just live with it and play with it. Because I can't tell you how fun back in the day it was to just get a game and sit there and play every single aspect of that game, whether it was if it was a role-playing game, finding out what weapons were the best weapons and OP weapons, or if it was a multiplayer game like Call of Duty, and you found out what the best setups were to, to eliminate people, then fine. But you still had to be good. You still had to be, even if you had the most OP gun, you still had to be able to aim. You still have to be able to hit your target. You still have to have some skill. And now, because esports is so prevalent and people are so vocal anymore, it's like, oh no, that's OP, that's cheating, that's not fair, that's not that. Well, maybe it's not fair, but that's kind of the fun. I can remember growing up, and we find little exploits like that all the time. I've told you guys my exploit for Atari football. Now, y'all, I know I just dated myself, all right? I get that. But there was nothing better than if you were on defense, taking control of a guy and run into the back of the screen, and the opposing team throws the ball, you run to the back of your screen, and then as soon as the play starts, you can run the entire length of the football field and come out in front of that football. If you were on the right angle and you timed it right, you could intercept the ball, run it in for a touchdown. It was broken. It was sort of cheating. It was rage-inducing. Okay, but it was part of the game, so everybody did it. Back in the day, there were certain plays, and there still are certain plays in Madden where you can exploit because, and people do it. People do it all the time online, and especially in the Madden tournaments, you'll see it. Because they know that certain plays give them an opening to be able to run, because the AI doesn't react fast enough, and sometimes the people don't either. So you can get gains out of that. There's nothing wrong with having those, at least in my opinion. I could be wrong, but so you just adapt. If you run the same loadout as the guy that's blowing you away, so what? You run the same loadout, and hopefully you're better than he is. It was just fun to have that kind of stuff happen to you. You'd be like, oh, cool, I found the most OP weapon. So then you'd be talking about it to your friends the next day at school or at work, and you'd be like, dude, you got to try this because this is OP. If you're having a problem with the boss or whatever, just try this weapon, and you're good. I mean, it was just fun. I mean, so anyway, so there you go. There's number what? There's number 3. So number 2 on my list. I really, 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 really wish that they would take out those stupid tutorials in-game, okay? And it kind of ties in with my number 1 choice, which we'll get to in just a second. But those stupid tutorials sometimes are the most annoying things in the world because you break the immersion. If, for example, okay, what was the one that was worse about it? Not this generation, but like in most games, you could walk. I don't mind the whole push up on the joystick, look up at the lights, look down at the lights, look left and right. I don't mind that so much, but we're talking about right in the middle of things. It'll literally pause the action and give you a text message that says push L2 to aim, push R2 to fire, whatever. It breaks the immersion, because what if I'm in a firefight and all of a sudden I have a pop-up and a freeze frame that says, here, do this, before you can do anything else. And even if you do know the game, or at least have a general idea of what the game is or how to operate the game, sometimes those little stupid pop-ups will come up and you can't freaking do anything else until you do that one action, even if you're even if you don't want to, or even if there's a better way to beat something, because it wants you to know how to do certain things, it won't let you do anything else until you do that. I hate that. I want them to do away with that, but it probably won't happen because of the number one choice that I wish they put back in games and I really, really miss. So we're going to talk about that. My number one option is I wish to God they would give us instruction books back, okay? You know, physical ones, tucked away in the cases of your games that you get. I miss that, and here's why. Okay, how many of you guys remember when you even just what, a couple console generations ago, PS3, PS2. Okay, how many of you guys remember? You know, you go to GameStop, you go to Walmart, wherever it is you buy your games, and you gotta go do whatever it is that your parents or your wife or whoever needs to do, okay? But you stop by GameStop or whatever, and you're gonna buy a game, and so because you don't want to go into the store with your wife or your mom, you ask your mom. You say, "Can I stay in the car? While you go do this. That way, I'm not in your way or whatever." And you make up whatever excuse. And if they were like my wife or my mom, say, "Yeah, sure, stay in the car. I'll be back in a few minutes. That way I can get done faster." And because you knew you weren't going to be able to play, at least you could open up the case and you could pull out the instruction book, and they would have these neat little introductions to the world that you were going to be playing it. Whether it was if it was, let's say it was Metal Gear Solid, they would give you a synopsis as to what you were about to encounter. A big long paragraph. Sometimes, it was written like if you were playing a military shooter, or if you were playing something like Metal Gear, it would be written like it was specifically addressed to you. "Hello, recruit," or "Hello, whatever. Welcome to FNG." Whatever. Right. And you would have these little introductory things specifically addressed to you as a military operative or a spy or whatever. I can remember Splinter Cell, when it came out, it was written to you as you were Sam Fisher, and this was the order of the president, and this is what we were going to do, and you have to help us stop it. And then they would give you the controls and everything. And I can remember sitting there reading that book, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to play it for a while, but at least I could read the book, get the idea of what the heck the controllers are going to do, so that when I sat down to play it, I wouldn't have to worry about, what's this button do? How's this button do? And I could remove those stupid tutorials because it was already given to me. Okay? I don't have to worry about an hour of tutorial button mashing things because I spent the time to read the instruction book that was given to me. Sometimes tutorials are fun, but sometimes they are not. Okay? Most of the time they're not. So, I really miss those things. And I know we're trying to save the environment, but I'll give you an example. You guys have been watching in the background Dirt Rally 2.0, that is a PS Plus title. I used the same footage yesterday, I know. But this game, I've never played this game in my entire life. Never seen it. Didn't care. It was a PS Plus title, and I thought, oh, cool, it's a racing game. I understand Dirt Rally is a little more complicated. I'll give it a shot. But I have no idea what the heck this man is saying. He says 50 left, 50 hard right jump. And all I know about this game is that L1, or rather, I'm sorry, L2 is reverse, R2 is accelerate. That's all I know, and I know that just based on previous experience with racing games, your left stick controls the steering wheel, and that's it. That's all I know. So I want my instruction books. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.